Hello, today is the 15th of November 2023. I would like to discuss today a topic that I have not spoken about in the past. If I have, it's probably very, very limited. But it's about tiny homes, small homes, or homes that are unconventional as far as size, looks, location, construction, methods, materials, etc. So we'll call them tiny homes as they are mainly known. They have become popular, I believe, in the last few years. I would say last 10 years or so. And when I say popular, I don't mean mainstream. Most people know about them and like them and would like to live in them. But the niche, the group that are attracted or interested in them, I believe, has grown, as has the videos, the talk about it, the articles about it, about the subject of tiny homes. Communities have popped up in many areas of the country and the states. And throughout the world, I would assume. So tiny homes, again, are a lot more popular, at least a lot more than they used to be. And this is probably a result of economic pressures. As you know, the income level has stagnated over the last few decades. And prices, housing prices, and just about every other price for energy, for food, the cost of living has gone up steadily. And that combination of income stagnation and a rising cost of living, also combined with the very widespread inequality, the rampant inequality that has grown in the last few decades as well, I believe right now is at an all-time high. That all compounds to the popularity, or has assisted and contributed to the popularity of homes that are affordable and small. I am not sure. I would have to find out and research about family sizes. I believe family sizes have also decreased. I believe also marital arrangements have changed over the past few decades. A lot of people are not legally married. Those are all things that affect, again, one, family size, and two, living arrangements. How big your home is, how big you want your home to be, and all of that. I know before, even today, a lot of people, they wish to have larger homes. It is their goal and their dream, their wish to have a large home, 2 to 3 bedroom, even 4 bedrooms, nice, large, multi-level home, and nice, dependable, and good-looking cars, and a good paying job, and lots of money. These are parts of what many people believe to be the American dream, what many people believe to be a success story, etc. And since the economy for many, many people has changed, the economic situation has not improved or even diminished or even gotten worse or worsened. So has their expectations. Perhaps a lot more people are thinking of economy or economizing or being more efficient, more compact, to live within their means. A lot of people are opting to have less debt, have less space, have less tax liability, property liability, etc. So they opt to go with smaller homes, thus the increasing popularity of tiny homes. Tiny homes, to describe them, are nothing but small structures for you to live, dwell, or work, or both in. And the workplace has also shifted, especially since the 2019 pandemic. A lot of people, a growing number of people, are able to work from home. A lot of people are more savvy and more skilled with computer systems. And I assume the options have grown as far as working from home, especially when pushed by pandemic, and the ability, the effectiveness of working from home was discovered. And lots of companies have opted to keep and retain that option of people working from home, not having to rent an office space, not having to have people drive and perhaps get more hours out of people working from home, more working hours, perhaps more work. All these are factors that likely played into tiny homes being more popular. So back to my description of tiny homes, it is a small structure, a small house, home, that could be of various construction materials, methods, sizes. They could be brick and mortar homes, they could be cement homes, they could be wooden structures, they could be also fabric structures, more or less like tents, heavy-duty insulated tent structures. That could be the case, especially in places where the climate is okay, it is warm throughout the year. It could also be metal structures, such as containers, those trucking containers that could be used as a place of living, modified to a home. They have various size containers, 20 foot, 30 foot, 40 foot, 50 foot, and those could be modified to be used for living. Of course, many times they have to be insulated, they have to be prepared, windows and doors built in. You really could not or should not use a container as it is used for containment or shipping for living, because you need ventilation, you need plumbing, you need some sort of air conditioning in many areas of the world. You need some sort of lighting or light coming in, thus windows and doors. And you need to protect it from the elements. You need to, prevent leaks, prevent the cold and the heat from enveloping the inside of the living space. So those usually take a lot of work to modify, to bring them up to code and standard for living. Nevertheless, it is possible. Many people have used those shipping containers for tiny homes, to make a tiny home. But most people, I believe, they just either buy a home that is already built, most likely than not a wooden structure that is small and a lot more affordable, or they build it themselves many times, sometimes. Now, I'm not going to say many times or most of the time, because building a home by yourself is a quite difficult, time-consuming, and expensive endeavor to take. So not a whole lot of people don't believe a whole lot of people would embark in such endeavors. So I believe that to be a tiny minority that could and would do that are able, willing, and have the time, resources, and money to do such thing. And again, it is not cheap. Materials right now and in the past year or so have been quite expensive, with inflation still raging throughout the country. Late 2023, inflation has been a problem since early 2022, and it is still bad. Materials are not cheap, and bringing a very small home up to code also is quite expensive, and sometimes it is very comparable to a regular home, a regular modest home, as far as cost and price. Just because you have a very small home doesn't mean that you are going to pay less for the land, pay less for the property taxes. The property taxes may be based on other factors other than your square footage. Even though the square footage may matter, also the neighborhood, type of neighborhood, the land, the location also would likely be more of a factor or more significant factors for the taxing of that property.